Okay, welcome again to TechLoom. Okay, so today I'm going to be talking about a mechanical keyboard. Actually, this is my first time using a mechanical keyboard, so don't expect me to be a pro. Now, I should tell you the reasons why I got a mechanical keyboard after using the membrane keyboard for a long time. Okay, so this is what I got from Temu. Yes, everybody sees Temu as kind of scamming website, but I think they have good stuff, and I've been able to buy things from them, and I was not scammed. And this is what I got from Temu: a mechanical keyboard called the KL68 gaming keyboard. Okay, so this keyboard, I just got it like an entry level mechanical keyboard guy. Okay, because I've seen a lot of people designing their setup with beautiful and elegant looking keyboards, but I never fancied it. But this time around, I decided to go for a mechanical keyboard. Okay, so this one is a 68 keys keyboard, and I decided to get a 68 keyboard against the 65% keyboard. Okay, of course, there's a full size keyboard, but for my needs, I think 68 keys is enough. Yes, I always want that delete button to be there, and that was why I got the 68 keys keyboard. Okay, so this one is a very interesting one. It's actually a very budget friendly keyboard that I got for about I think it's about $20 or thereabout, or less than $20. Okay, so I actually wanted to use this to know more about mechanical keyboards. Yes, I do a lot of things like programming or coding with my setup, and I needed something extra. I've used the membrane keyboards for a long time, but this time around I decided to give it a go on mechanical keyboards. Don't get me wrong, there's a reason why I decided to go for a cheap mechanical keyboard, because sometimes it's best to understand how this thing works before you actually dive deep into it, if it actually worth it. So I'm going to be showing you this. Of course, the link to this on Temu will be in the description below. So you can always just go there, click on it and check it out. And if you can buy it, buy it. I think that is our affiliate link with Temu. So you can always buy it from there. Okay, so let's unpack this guy. Of course, the guy came with 68 keys, like I said before. Of course, when you open it, this is what you see. The keyboard wrapped in this translucent stuff like this. Okay, so, and it comes with other accessories, which is just a USB Type-C cord. Okay, and this is about 2 meters of USB Type-C. Of course, this is a wired mechanical keyboard. It's not a wireless mechanical keyboard. Yes, I would have fancied a wireless mechanical keyboard, but I think the wired mechanical keyboard will not hurt me, because my setup is in such a way that everything is in one place. So I don't need to move it around, maybe for a longer distance or, something like that. But so I decided to just get a wired keyboard. I think, being an entry-level guy, I don't think I need to go for the wireless yet, because some of them are pretty expensive. Yes, they go as much as $200 and above for just these keyboards, these mechanical keyboards. So the question is, what do we have inside? Okay, the keyboard is really pretty. I actually chose the one with this red, black, and white, or whatever. Yeah, white layout. You can see the space bar is red. The enter button and the escape buttons are red in color, and this is very lovely looking. I actually chose this because I wanted the distinction between the space bar, the enter button, and the escape button. I have my reasons for that. Actually helps me to identify them very quickly without getting to look for them. Okay, of course they are prominent, they are larger, they have larger buttons. Like the spacebar has the longest profile, and the enter has also a longer profile too. But that is why I chose this particular keyboard, and it looks very cute. I love the layout. Of course, there are options. If you go to the link, you see options for what you can get. Then you make your choice buying any of them. The thing again about this keyboard is the fact that it comes with an RGB display. It has an RGB display internally, and yeah, I like the display patterns of the RGB, but sometimes they can be distracting. Yeah, but they were really nice. But at first, I thought the RGB was going to be more like a backlight or a backlit for this keyboard, but unfortunately, it's not backlit because the RGB is not shining through the letters. They are not shining through the letters. And because of that, I had to place order for another mechanical keyboard, which I am going to review later in this channel. This keyboard this keyboard didn't come with a manual. Of course, at first I was confused. I think for those that are mechanical keyboard enthusiasts, I think they already know, most of the keys, the functions, and how to use them. But I had to go through a bit of a learning curve to get to understand this keyboard. As for this one comes with a red switch. Of course, the pack says blue switch. The pack says blue switch. If you look at it somewhere here, you see it's blue switch. And at first, because I didn't open it, I thought it was real. I thought it was a blue switch that was in the layout. But when I looked in, I found out that it was red switch. And I had no complaints because it's still good feeling. Okay, so I really like the red switch. Okay, yes, it's a keyboard that is kind of a regular keyboard. Like, it has everything every other keyboard should have, but sometimes you need to know where your F1, F2, F3 they are placed. Then of course the RGB light has a setting or a place where you can change them, and you have to use a function key and another key to change the RGB light. So that was actually a lot of fiddle for me. I had to fiddle a lot of keys to be able to catch that, because it was not, with a manual. I had to figure it out myself. And that was one of the best first discovery I discovered about this keyboard, because that thing was really giving me concern, because most of the displays were more like distracting, when you're trying to concentrate on your work and these lights are moving around, it's more like distracting. So it was one of the reasons why I was very happy that I've discovered where to change it. So I was able to change it by pressing the function key and the key above the enter key, okay, or let's say backslash key, okay. So then using both helped me to change the patterns of the display, of the RGB display, and that was one of the best things I learned using this keyboard. And if you look at the keyboard, it looks very elegant. I like the kind of a medium profile. It's not a low profile, and it's not really a high profile keyboard. And the input for the USB Type-C is around there. Around there you can see the USB Type-C input, and I like the fact that it is central. Okay, so it's easier for me to plug in and plug out. Some of them are on the side, and I will actually, because most of my hub is on the right side, so I like the fact that it's in the middle, so I can easily connect it to my hub, so that my setup can easily accept it. But on the side, I'll make the wire to go the other way and all that. So what about the feel? Yes, I think the sound that comes out from the pressing these keys is one of the most important part of a mechanical keyboard. Let me tell you something. When I started learning about, using the computers in those days, we used typewriters to learn how to use the computer keyboards. So the feeling I got from the typewriters is actually one thing that this thing reminds me of. So the sound, of course, the other one was more metallic than this. So and somehow finding the keys was not that difficult. In this case, you can hardly press two keys, if you know what you're doing. But in the other low profile keys, like the ones that come with the laptops and all that, sometimes you might even press two keys without knowing. Okay. So, and sometimes another thing again is the arrow keys. Some of them are more like, managed into the keyboard layout of most of the laptops. And that's one of the reasons why I got this. And arrow keys is a very important thing for me in this keyboard. So I like the fact that you can see you can see how it is. It's just prominent and it's nice looking. Okay. So those are one of the reasons why I got this particular keyboard as an entry, person or, entry level guy into the mechanical keyboard. But the question now is, am I going to buy more mechanical keyboards? Very, very important. Let me tell you something. I love the feel of mechanical keyboards. I think they are very nice. I think they are very tactile and they feel great to use. They feel very beautiful to use. And sometimes with the RGB that comes with this, it's nice. But although I have my son always trying to play with the RGB, chasing the RGB around and things like that. So sometimes the RGB might be something you should love, but for some reasons you may not like it. So thank God I discovered how to switch it off and have the keyboard work normal. So if you ask me if I would spend more money to buy a mechanical keyboard as against the membrane keyboard that is everywhere, I would say yes. I think I like mechanical keyboards, especially for setups like this, where you can place it on a keypad, on a mouse pad, a large mouse pad, and it also adds some kind of beauty and adds some kind of enhancement to your setup. So I think that's all I have to say about this mechanical keyboard. So if you are the type that want to get one, just click below and it will take you to the affiliate link and you make your choice there and place your order. Okay. So thank you again for coming to TechLoom. And if you're new here, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and comment if you have any queries. Okay. So I will see you in the next video. Cheers and goodbye.